Moving on to our next story, the Gen Z vote. This is a topic that pops up every election, but the narrative more or less remains the same. Experts are always skeptical about young voters' political engagement, and numbers are grim. According to a new survey, only 53% of 18 to 29-year-olds have voiced their desire to cast a vote in the November presidential election. This is in comparison to a historical voting average of nearly 70%. However, in the days following President Joe Biden's exit from the presidential race and his endorsement of Kamala Harris, younger voters have made their presence felt. As a matter of fact, Harris currently holds a commanding lead among young people. If you look at polls from Siena or YouGov, Harris commands about 50 to 60% of the youth vote, while Trump can pull in only about 34%. Now, many may think that Gen Z voters tend to lean more towards the liberal camp, but that's not exactly true. 21% of young voters identify as Republicans, and a notable 29% identify as independents. However, most political campaigns will tell you that while young voters are important, they're also unreliable. Young citizens' track records of participation in American politics is dismal. Although young people are the biggest group of citizens who are eligible to vote, they turn out at significantly lower rates than older Americans. For example, during the November 2022 midterm polls, only 52% of 18 to 29-year-olds came out to vote, compared to 63% of those aged 60 or older. While it's hard to know how many young people will cast a ballot in November this year, early indicators suggest that the pattern of low youth voter turnout will continue. So now the question is Gen Z politically apathetic? Gen Z voters are usually stereotyped as a politically apathetic generation, but they have become active when their beliefs are threatened. For example, when the United States Congress was working to get a bill passed to ban TikTok, young Americans came out in unison to protest against it. Young voters also use their digital fluency to accelerate their message on social media platforms. Their digital savvy and their ability to form communities through social issues makes them a crucial voter base. Young voters are also the driving force of pop culture. In other words, when playing on Gen Z turf, candidates are always one viral moment away from either success or crisis. A common assumption among political pundits is that more young people would come out to vote if voting was considered cooler, which is why candidates are running from pillar to post to get some celebrity endorsements behind them. For instance, Donald Trump brought out UFC owner Dana White and WWE superstar Hulk Hogan at the Republican National Convention. Meanwhile, Harris got an endorsement from TV personality Oprah Winfrey and pop star Pink at the Democratic National Convention. Harris and Trump have also increased their engagement with social media influencers. Both these parties are now working to capitalize the outsized role of the Gen Z vote. Whether young citizens will show up and deliver the presidency to Harris or stay home and yield to Trump remains to be seen.